All right, this one's not. Well, there we go. Great success. Hey, how you doing? Sean with Himmelberger Bus, working on our new bus with our old bus in the background there. Again, it's a Prevost, I've been corrected, Prevost H3-41, beautiful feet, 102 beautiful inches wide. And as you can see, we got the windows open, we're doing some work on it. Seats are already out. As a term Tom Sawyered, I feel a little bit guilty, but not really. Somebody paid me $400 to remove the seats. They did it in about 2 hours, I think. I wasn't even here for it. So they're gone. There's gonna be no content on how those got removed other than it took a couple of guys not that long to do it. Wife and I have been working on removing the upper bins, and I figured, let me share with you what I'm learning as I'm taking those out. A lot of videos on YouTube, but I think we're bringing some new content to the world, so stick around, follow along. Hopefully you're having a good day, because I am. Here's the good news so far. No broken windows that I'm aware of, that I caused. Yeah, we got the windows open so we can keep her cool in there. The other pro tip I just kind of stumbled onto, just move the bus over here. Get yourself, if you're doing demo on these, get yourself one of these dumpsters. It's about 400 bucks for us. We're cleaning up some other stuff around here. I think it'd be really smart to do that. I did have the bus parked, geez, I can't even talk. Bus parked over there. And I thought, wait a minute, what am I doing? I'm hauling stuff from there to here. I just moved the bus there. And now I can go right out the window. Boop. All right, let's see what we can figure out here. Okay. So we are in the Himmelbus 2.0, and I've already done some work. Took out the destination sign because we don't know where we're going or when we'll get there. Don't need that. Took out yeah, a lot of the stuff here. We got a lot of wiring here. There was an existing camera system. This guy here. This hopefully, I think the backup camera is wireless due to this antenna here. So hopefully that just needs power and I don't need to worry about that too much. Sorting all this wire out. Here's also more good news. I'm not seeing much rust. I didn't expect to find much, but I'm not seeing much. So that's a good confirmation. A little bit of moisture here and there for all I know, or for all I'm aware, that was from condensation because the air conditioning system in this thing is pretty beefy. Okay, let's get to how do we remove these bins? A lot of people have done, I've seen people take them all out in complete sections, and that's true. They do, they're basically in 2 sections, and the split is right about here. You can see some rivets here, and I tried drilling some of those out to see what happened. But I don't know, I just got to thinking, and I said, this is silly for one person to try and pull all that. Let's say you get them all down in one piece, then what are you gonna do? Slide them out through a window and risk breaking the glass or destroying other stuff? No, I just got to thinking, there's gotta be a better way. And I think I came up with it. Basically it involves a circular saw. I'm using one of these 12 volt DeWalt ones. I just can't find my batteries for my 20 volt stuff, so it's been working out. Bad news is the blade does not go all the way through here. But other than that, so far so good. Yeah, just basically cutting in right through it here, and then I can take out each section at a time. They're held together with not much, or held on here. There's not too much holding it on. It's basically one bolt here, and you got to take these covers off to get to the bolts, but basically 13 millimeter because it is Canadian. And then there's one screw here you got to take out. That's all that's holding these on. They're mostly being hung by those bolts there. So that's all you got to do is get to those. And then what I've been doing is just basically cutting one section at a time and then just pulling it out. So I'll probably do the next one here and basically just take my circular saw and go right through there. And then I take a little reciprocating saw like this. Actually, you might be able to do that just all on its own. What would happen if I do that? You don't need to watch all that. That's like watching paint dry, so give me a minute. All right, that didn't actually take too long. I got excited and I took out some other things too. So we just cut straight through here like that. And then you go around the back side here, and I try not to cut into things like framing or my window. That's important. So, I don't know, let's see what happens. Are we spinning the right way? I think we are. It's never fun when everything starts to fall down. We don't need that anymore. Here, where can we put this? There we go. Definitely don't need that anymore. I should probably take out these screws here. If you get any stuck, don't worry about it. Just drill it out like I had to do there. So I'm gonna take those out, and then let's see if this thing comes out. All right, let's see what we can do. I'm just gonna kind of crank on it here a little bit and see. I don't know what's still holding it up. Sometimes it's a stupid door. Yeah, she's cut through. There it goes. Well, you know, I will be honest, they've all come out a little bit differently, so this is just a new way it's come out. Well, the next one's almost ready to go. Got that going for us, which is nice. I was actually thinking that this bundle of wires here was coming from the front, but it's actually coming from the back. So I'm not sure exactly what the deal is with those. I'm trying to label as much of these wires as I can as I'm unwinding it. That was one of the things I wanted to work on or wanted to improve, is trying to retain as much of the functional switches, or at least the knowledge of what wires do what. So I've been labeling as many as I can. But in this case, we've only got this dumpster for, I think, one more day, so I'm going to try and get all these out, and we'll figure it out later. I was actually thinking that this bundle of wires here was coming from the front, but it's actually coming from the back. So I'm not sure exactly what the deal is with those. I'm trying to label as much of these wires as I can as I'm unwinding it. That was one of the things I wanted to work on or wanted to improve, is trying to retain as much of the functional switches, or at least the knowledge of what wires do what. So I've been labeling as many as I can. But in this case, we've only got this dumpster for, I think, one more day. So I'm going to try and get all these out, and we'll figure it out later. It's these doors that are the worst. Okay, we are continuing on, and things are actually getting a little bit faster. I've actually decided I'm not pulling this rail out just yet, and it seems like it's pulling away from this top bit really easily. And then the advantage there is, well, yeah, the thing just falls apart. Maybe I'll show you another one. And then these are super easy to get out when we're done. So maybe I will pull one more here and show you the live action on that. Let's see what happens here. I'm gonna take out the bolt. Oh, first, oh yeah, we've been saving these things too. They're easy to come off. They're just like the automotive air shocks that holds up your tailgate on your van or truck or whatever. All right, here we go. It's kind of half expecting it to just fall off right then and there. Let's see what happens here. Lately, I've just been holding on to this end, and the entire thing comes down. All right, this one's not. Well, there we go. Great success. Got one half done. Outside of the prep work that Jen and I did yesterday, I've been at this, I think, for a little bit over an hour. for one of them. So to give you an idea, they go pretty quick. I was messing around with the bathroom here for probably about the last 15 minutes and then realized, hey, should probably get work on the rest of this one. So, because our bin's filling up here. All right, still working on this front compartment here. This bus had a full camera system that I think reported back to some Wi-Fi, something or other. So that means this cabinet was filled with wires, and there's a whole bunch of wires up here. And I was trying to figure out what is, what are the bus wires and what are these wires? So what I was doing is basically clipping all the ones in here, then pulling them out of here so that I kept them all separate. And good news is I found one set of wires, these ones right here. These were hot, meaning they always had power, which is maybe responsible for my power draw that I'd been having. So the bus batteries were always going dead on me, and so I guess maybe now I know why. Just another one of those weird mysteries when you're working on a 30-year-old bus. This one just fell down. I barely even touched it. I just made my cut here and down it went. The one before it I had to fight with. Just, you win some, you lose some. Got them all out. Dumpster's looking much fuller. Got, still got the bathroom to handle. Maybe that'll be in the next episode. We'll see. And I'm leaving this auxiliary AC unit in till I'll bring it to my neighbor who's got a collision repair shop and have him evacuate the refrigerant on there. I think before I dig too much into that. Looks like this whole thing is just being held on by 3 nut screw dinguses there. I did want to talk about what I found so far, which is, did find some evidence of water here. That's not good. But I think we caught it early enough where it's not horrible, but we'll find out. I figure I'm going to have to take down this insulation. I do really like this insulation. I don't think there's a reason to abandon it just yet. I've seen a lot of people will spray foam, and I think we may, well, I don't know exactly what we're going to do, but we're not going to, I don't know that I'm going to do a fresh spray foam job in here because I feel like this is really good insulation, much better than what was in my MCI over there. That was just, still is, just, you know, like pink foam or pink, just batting insulation. This is a much better insulation. So we'll see what we got going on the sides too. Other thing I found here that's concerning me is this is fresh water. It hasn't rained for some time. So I'm not sure exactly where that water's getting in, but it is. This whole thing is still wet through here. So we're gonna have to figure that out. I think I might pull this one down. You know what? If you leave a thumbs up and subscribe, I will pull this down right now. Okay? I'll give you a little bit to think about it. I'm gonna put the camera down and then I'm gonna get after it. All right, got it down just for you. Glad you came through clutch there. Here's the really weird thing. All of this rust is on the bottom. It's bone dry up here. There's no rust. So that's leading me to believe that the water is coming from this thing, which I intend to pull out and seal up anyway. You know, I can talk to you about emergency exits if you'd like. And I'm sure you do, so I will. Pull that down. Huh. I think all this water, I mean, based on what I'm seeing here, it's not coming from the top. This is all coming from the bottom. Yeah. And actually the back end of this, oh, it's getting windy. The back end of this, the airbags drop. So this thing has been tilted back. And that makes sense to me a little bit that it would have been wet here. If it would have rained in there, a little bit of moisture came in and then made its way back and settled right there. Huh. This is the first time I've seen myself. I definitely got a little dirty working on this. Emergency exits. I got some thoughts on that when you're doing your conversion. I kept mine on the MCI and I ended up putting vent fans in there. I don't know that I'm actually going to even be putting vent fans in this one. And more thought about it. I mean, when you need an emergency exit is in a rollover, when you're on your side. I'm just trying to think of when would that, I mean, obviously if we were on our side, but I'm not even sure what the inside of the bus would look like at that point. I have a feeling we would probably be able to climb up to get out a window. I could be wrong. So for those kind of practical reasons, I am not going to worry about the emergency exit. I mean, with the solar work I've been doing, not a single Tiffin or Prevost conversion has emergency exit. I think it's a lot of hassle to try and preserve it for a situation that is extremely unlikely to happen, and that would be the only way out. And not that I want to follow the RV industry as a bastion of truth and what is best by any means, but I think I'm going to follow their lead in this case. And, if you disagree, leave a comment down below, but definitely, I mean, you do you. I tried to keep him the first time and I'm just choosing not to this time. Oh, we got our dog Bear. He's investigating. What do you think, bud? He just wants to have room for him to come along. Right, bud? Bear, say hi to the people. No? Hey, what's up, bud? Yeah. Okay. I busted out the thermal camera here. I was just curious. Oh, I turned it off. It's just kind of curious what we would see based on the insulation on stuff. And so up here, there's no, I was just curious, like, what does the roof temperature look like versus the insulation and the framing? And as you can see, there's a definite difference. I would say that insulation's definitely doing a good job. I was getting, that plate there. I thought it was a little different now. I swear I was getting like 100 and something, 102. And then this stuff over here is in the 80s. Is that 90s? Hard to tell. Anyway, definite difference. I do have one kind of embarrassing thing to share. It actually really bums me out, but I'm planning on removing it anyway. But take a look at this. Yeah, first casualty. This window broke pretty darn good. Although I can't even feel, I don't understand how it broke on the outside. But that hit my face, or not my face, I had my sunglasses on top of my head, and this thing got knocked out when I threw something in there, and it came and it hit me, and boy did it hurt. Oh. That really bums me out. But that would probably be a great time to talk about why it doesn't concern me too much. It just bums me out because, I don't know, I like the idea of having not broken windows. That was one of the reasons I wanted to buy this bus. But I think our plan was, and actually while I'm in here, I feel a little bit better about this. I think our plan actually was to take out this window. Actually, it's probably easier to think about which windows we're going to keep. One's in the back. Keep those. Maybe not even that one, but we would just cover it from the inside or something. Keep, remove, and yes, remove, and then remove. The reason why is it is so hard to keep it. Yes, we'll go outside. Okay, he's ready to wrestle, I think. It is so hard to keep a bus cool. And if you look at RVs and stuff, they do not have many windows. And we do like this nice panoramic view. So we would keep that. I mean, we'd keep this window, that window, this whole front glass. So up here would still kind of be a fishbowl. We'd definitely want probably a full, like, mini split head dedicated to this. I'm thinking about, for driver air, I'm thinking about actually doing a 24 volt semi-style one up here just for the driver, me. So we'll see about that. Well, I think that'll about do it for this one. We are knee deep into this. No, we are neck deep into this now. No going back. Not that we ever planned on it, but we got a lot done. I may try and do some more, but hope you enjoyed the journey so far. If you're building a bus conversion as well, leave a comment down below. Instagram, wherever you're posting progress of it. YouTube, love to see it. So thank you, and we will see you next time. Bye.